Okay, I'd like to start the meeting, the Whately Board of Assessors. On August 21st at 4 p.m. August 21st, 2025. First item, the agenda is review minutes from the last meeting of July 31st, 2025. And comments, discussion.
And it only comes. Someone comes in and asks about their abatement. Oh, in a regular session. And it's unannounced, we just go to executive, or we just said we're not, we did, just go to executive, no, just, we're not prepared to.
Not prepared, you can't go to, just can't go to executive at the one.
That's fine.
Well, should we be listing them as guests in attendance?
Who?
But it was there, resident came in to discuss.
Yeah, but we didn't say who.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask that question. So when I was doing it initially, I had put her name in and then I thought about it and I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to or not. So I figured I would talk and see what you guys have done.
No, I like what you did. It's not a. It's not for, it's for executive session, I think. Where do we go today? Regarding who, where, and what.
Right, but it's still good to have some record that that person was in here.
Right, because I'd agree with Fred, because I don't think, I mean, she was here asking us a question about talking about the future. It's not that we made any great decisions on it,
That's fine.
so when we go into executive session to make a decision, that'll be a different matter, of course, she can still be here.
Okay. I just didn't want, I wanted to.
Right, so I wasn't looking to list her name as the resident that came in for it. I was more on what I think you were saying, Fred, was. Should I list it like where I have David and I as a guest, should I have also added Angelia Bisbee? Or would you list her down below as the person that also had the request?
I would list her in both places.
Okay. All right, we can change that before I pass it.
Yeah, because at least we have some
Record of it.
record that she was here.
That's fine.
Just
I wasn't sure if it has.
listen. Okay,
Right, exactly. Like mine was more on making sure that I had us covered legal, that nobody was able to come with anything.
I'm with you.
okay.
Okay, so,
Okay, make motion, we approve the minutes of June 26, 2025.
Aye. Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And that's approved. Next item, review of motor vehicle maintenance, monthly reports.
Oh, I'll be on that list next time.
Yeah, I didn't do my vehicle.
We want you on the one after that. When we get the new bill.
That's the quickest I've ever made a decision.
just to step back for a second, Fred, on the minutes. I know they're approved, but do you want me to add her in, reprint it, and then we can sign off on that? Cause when I go to give it to Jessica to post.
Can't you just write it in? Can't you just write it in?
Yeah, but I can, but remember how I mentioned she wants me to just get signatures for once?
That's fine, that's not him.
Yeah, okay, yeah, if you need to do that, fine, yes, we can sign it this time.
Oh.
Bring it out.
I said that awkward. Computer this morning for 4 hours.
Gotta do it.
I don't have the best posture when I'm sitting anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It does.
I'll blame the computer, but
It does. So 5 hours a day is the average kid spends on this. That's 76 days a year. And you're, well, okay, is there anything that I need to review that in terms of math or anything? If it is standard. Yeah.
And on the front of all the applications, now that I've got a better understanding again, like I've been listing out. Everything including the valuation of the vehicle if it's provided for me. So I'm listing the price, what the abatement was, what is left for them to pay. And all that, so you get all the information there for auditing purposes and that works purposes. There you go.
Oh, which one?
Yeah, we're on the big screen. Rusty and the other one said,
We're on the big screen. I don't want to see myself.
I was gonna say, as soon as you said it, split screen and popped you on there. I don't wanna hear that.
Okay, next time we discuss new growth from inspections by the board and our RG. And you, that's what this one page is. You
Yeah,
gave us.
that's what we've entered so far, yeah. The personal property is not on there. The commercials.
Sorry, I'm sorry, guys, before we get to that, with the motor vehicle, and I apologize, I didn't get that on the agenda, there's just one bill that we need to pay for Natalis.
Where does that get signed, Derek?
Yes,
Where?
on the bottom on there, on the front. I think it actually only needs Fred's signature, no, right at the top, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pass it out when you were coming, I apologize.
Okay, this is the one I was asking you about.
Yeah, so this was their,
Well,
yep, this is like Natalis, where it breaks it down to. That is when it takes the information, puts it into the cloud for us, owners can access, and that's the maintenance and support on the software in the system.
I think for the budget, I think we had 75. Get more than this, so this should be covered.
Yep, it was 7,500 we had, so we had another 100 and something. You can get them a box of donuts and say thank you,
Thank you. Splash of donuts?
get us a box of donuts.
So. The new software is completely installed. And all the training they're providing is completed.
Oh, training will be ongoing.
I'm going.
Ongoing, yeah, there's a lot to that system, but we have a specific gentleman, Peter Puniano from Catalyst, I have his cell, I have his email, he's gonna be actually here next Tuesday, I believe, Linda and I are meeting with him at 10 to do some online training. So he's, that'll be ongoing with it, that's part of what they provide as well.
Okay. And so you can access that remotely, right? You don't have to be there wherever you're at. You can access
Correct.
all of that. Okay.
Yeah, same as when it was a Patriot system, it's just a little advanced system and an upgrade, that's all.
And I assume there's passwords or ID to get into the software. Get into it, there's password and ID or something to get into it.
No, so you have to log into the Whately system.
Yeah.
Once you get into the Whately system and you're able to get onto the desktop, we have it with the safe password. So most of them now, once you have like an icon and it's all the time, you click your
Yeah.
favorites, it saves it, holds the password. So we just do automatic logins.
Oh. Okay, so anybody here, if we wanted to look at that, get in.
To get into Catalyst, yes, all you need to do is to have the access to the desktop.
Desktop.
Yeah.
Right, and I think we,
Can't change any. Yeah,
no, we should have that, all right, I think Jessica has that if we don't. Yeah,
Oh, to get in.
to get into the desktop, yeah. Yeah, for whatever reason, yeah. Yeah, okay,
Well, I can give you the passwords for that, if you need to get into that. The only thing, like Mike said, is just not changing any values so that I know where I'm at with things.
but the stuff that's in there, the fiscal. What, 24, that's all finalized, right, and now we're looking at
Fiscal 25.
fiscal 20 finalized, now we're looking at the new for next year, 26. And that's kept tracks separately. And Catalyst, there's a separate file for just
Oh, yeah.
26, okay.
Oh, yeah,
When you go into this password, or when you get into the system, there's a pull down menu. And of the years up here, and if you click on that, it'll give you all the previous years. So we get into them.
And can anybody click on them and change what's in there, or is
No,
that
not previous years, no.
not previous
It
years,
was this year,
but the current year you can?
should we?
Okay,
I'm not wondering, I'm not sure we should. have
No.
that access.
yeah, any previous years will be locked by them in the system.
yeah,
Oh, but the current year is available.
Correct.
I guess the question I have is, should have that access. You change something, that could,
well, I don't know why would we,
okay,
I don't think,
why would you want to do that?
I don't wanna do it.
I don't.
No, I meant in the sense for, when you were asking about access, I assumed you meant in the sense that there was a property or something that you had a question on, something brought up. We're not here, you wanna take a minute to see what's going on, by having a password, it would allow you at least to access to get to that part.
Well, that brings up, should we be doing that, or should we just ask you the next time you're in?
Well, that's how we've been doing it, you were the one that asked just now about
Yes, I know,
passwords.
right, in case for some reason. RG is not available, any of you are, for more than a week or so, and we need to get in to do something. Then we have the password to get in.
Yep.
To get in, or the other
Yeah, yeah.
person that comes to help.
Yeah, and again,
Would
remember, like I mentioned before, Fred, too, even as far as that goes, if for any reason, you know, just can't get a hold of Derek, how to
Okay.
get in? That's where Peter comes into play, any town admin.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so just to reiterate on that, your town admin in any town
That's fine.
is the one that sets all the passwords.
That's good.
So Peter can lock it, you can open it, whatever you need.
Yeah. I'm with Fred at first, I don't think. That scenario would come up, where we can't get a hold of you for a week or two. No, I don't think it did. I think that'll happen.
you'll get a hold of somebody.
Somebody.
So I'm,
If you don't get a hold of me for a week or two, there must be a viewing going on, so.
That's,
So-
then the police
Let's
can
hope
do
not
it. by-
yet. Yeah, let's all, yeah, I'm not ready for that.
okay, good.
I don't want any password.
I don't have a password. I don't think I need access.
Okay. And I think we have this, you gave us your cell phone number at one time too, you want that number.
Yeah, I can give you back, so.
Oh, that's fine, yeah, we
Yeah,
have-
absolutely.
okay,
And I have it's not through Peter, but I have a secondary number on there I use for another town through Bill, so there's a couple of numbers you can reach me on. Or you can call my dad.
yeah, good. Okay, what are we're looking at here, the table of growth that you looked at all of these properties
So far, yes.
and you actually were inside.
Not all of them, but a lot of them, yes.
We were at some of those too, Fred.
Yeah, there's some of those are the new houses.
So that sheet there, folks, that has the building permit inspections we did. And then the new home inspections that we did as a group. It does not have personal property and I'm missing some, David,
Doesn't have the commercials yet, I think.
and commercial. But I assumed you would like to, the reason I printed it, as I mentioned to David, is I assumed you'd like to at least see where we're at this point. And obviously with personal property and commercial to go, there is still a ways left.
And I thought this has already been coded. Or just waiting for our,
No, you're nowhere near signing it yet.
okay, that's fine.
So what's a 714 classification?
It's chapter land.
Pardon me?
It's chapter land.
Chapter, okay, yeah, okay,
Agricultural.
that's enough, that's all I need to know.
Okay. Sections are forestry, sevens, agriculture, and it's,
So it's a new house, but on agricultural land then? My eyes.
it's a mixed
jumping
use,
around.
yes. No, you're right. It's a mixed use.
Okay,
Next use, okay.
So we're all right there.
okay. So Derek, the house that we went to up on, that had the big view. I stayed in the car because it was a real slanty driveway and you went in a little bit. That was like signing up that a house was completely finished, correct? That it had been partially done?
Oh, 66 Masterson,
Okay, I thought that's what.
you're
so-
talking about the one that had the really nice wide open view out back, the White House.
Great house.
Yeah, so that should be on there as complete, I was.
So it says partial new house. So would it say, yeah, maybe it's my eyes, maybe it's my eyes.
That's partial.
Partial.
Maybe about the type completed.
Yeah, no, that's what, I'll fix that, it's supposed to be.
Okay, because I was trying to think of the different ones we went to, and it's like,
No.
that doesn't make sense.
Oh, that was a complete,
Okay,
considering 3 Francis only had a foundation and a couple of,
Right.
things. So that's probably a copy and paste. Thank you for capturing
Okay,
that. That should be a complete.
I was just trying to remember where we had been and.
Which, another good reason to bring them out ahead of time, so we can catch all my mistakes, cause I know there's gonna be some.
Very detailed oriented.
And these are only the new growth, that's not the total assessed value.
Yeah, I think.
So is there more new growth that you're gonna be looking at?
Yes,
That's probably commercially not.
we will have the commercials and the personal, but as we've talked about before, we've got some properties that have been sitting for several years that Darren, we want to go look at.
Okay.
So that's one of the big things we have to do.
You say several, more than 10.
No, I don't, no, several.
Yeah, because there was some, I think I gave you the table last year to list it.
Yeah.
I looked at some and not all of them, or they weren't all completed, so,
So we need to go look at that.
yeah.
Can I ask one more question, Derek?
Mhm.
The 85 Weber Road, that's the one that the lady came with the all-terrain vehicle.
That's correct. Yep.
So that one wasn't completely done, so would you,
No, not completely, but it's listed, it's a new house.
right, so I just
And-
didn't know if like, because if it wasn't complete. If there was a different designation, that was a partial. I mean, there was a lot done, but
16.
Yeah, no, I know that wasn't, I think we put that at 80%.
yeah, I think we put it as 80%. I'm not trying to be difficult, I'm just trying to,
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, it's not difficult.
Is it complete or?
I would say those two should be probably switched then, probably Masterson probably should be new house and then. Weber I'll add partial to, because I do believe on that card, I'm pretty sure
I
we
think,
didn't
I
we
think
put.
we agreed on 80% and we put
Yeah, we put
revisit
FY
revisit
review.
the following year for
Yep.
completion.
Yeah, so mark it on there and I will double check when I look at the cards, but I do believe you are correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
To your question, these are new growth numbers, not final numbers.
Right.
This is what you're gonna add. Or, but by the time you're done, we produce final tax.
the levy, interest into the levy. Refer to the levy.
Yes. Gotcha.
Right, yeah, these only represent the new values that we captured on the house, not what was previously there.
That's good. Yeah.
Like, by example, I believe 2 Gray Oak is
Yeah.
like 900 something, it was already at like 330, we added 550
Gotcha, yeah.
in addition on the capture.
Good.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I got one quick question.
Is there any way when all the new growth is figured to compare that to what it's been in subsequent years, just to see how the town is growing, or is that like a ridiculous thing to ask?
Not at all. When going to Kelly, you know, the gateway system, you haven't used it yet. You can go back and look at all the years previously, you just go to the LA 13, and that'll show you exactly what the growth was for each year.
Oh, there you go.
You can access that at home.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'll show you at home before.
sometime I'll come in and we can show. Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
It's on TSL website, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, I can show you in like.
Okay.
It's pretty
easy.
quick.
Yeah.
To me, it would just be interesting to see, is it, like steady, or is it like?
Steady climb.
Well,
or is
no,
it
it's
doing-
never gonna be steady, because the utility companies. If you're gonna look at it and see what's happening with the real estate, you have to break out the personal property. Because some years the telephone company's gonna give you 5 or 6 million, and next year they're gonna give you 500 or 600,000. That's the
Okay.
way they do it, so, that's what causes it. A big people when they swing from one year to another. But I believe that on the website, I'll have to check. But I believe they actually break it down by what each category is doing, residential, commercial.
Okay.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so some of these the board has been on and others, I guess, we haven't, so what are you proposing that we accept these values, or are you
We're just-
gonna discuss them with?
No, we're showing you, it's just for progress.
Okay, well, you're done, okay. But once you've completed all these, what you, assuming the board is agreeing with these values, or are you gonna present each one and ask us, do we agree on each one?
We'll give you the list and you can take a look and see what you think.
Didn't we do that in executive session at the last meeting?
Well, we did, but not all of
Not all.
them are in here.
Okay.
I sort of thought that maybe something we'd be discussing in this executive session.
Well, if you wanna wait till then,
Yeah, let's do that.
okay, well. So you wanna discuss some of these, okay, that's fine. Okay. Any other discussion on the growth? Values here? So. Are these values shown on, the database, if you tell us database, will it show these or not yet?
Oh, yeah, no, it's in the, those values are on the Catalyst database, but they're not the final values.
Oh, okay, but they're in there, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But people can only see the 25 fiscal year 25, not these, so they're
Right.
ready for 26 there.
Well, they might be able to see 26, but they don't mean anything, because we haven't done anything, but
Yeah, okay.
calculations, yeah.
Yeah, discussion on this.
Oh, no, I follow the way we've all grouped it. It's not permanent. We may have a chance to review it again. But you put it in the format for review and then it gets coded.
Well, we'll bring it back.
Yes. Yes, I'm good.
Okay. Now, next item, the set date time inspections for pavement requests and ATV discussion on future dates. What's happening with that, Derek?
Well, we have the folder put together and, like I said, your last week you came in, I think it's something that as a group, we had started to discuss it during executive session, and I think that we go into executive, we should decide, based upon the notes that we have from the inspection back in April, where the grade's gonna be, as well as the view, and then if we wanna go back out, as we said, to do another review on the view itself. But looking at the abatement itself and all the paperwork's there.
Yeah.
It does appear that everything was covered as far as, reviewing her house. I don't really think it warrants going back out to review it, other than. As I said, according to the papers we have here and from the notes I had, the grade was at a C plus, the grade should be at a C, given what her house is and the view. I'm not as experienced as that on you guys, but it's definitely not what, people would refer to, I believe, as a grand view. When you look at the picture alone on Catalyst, you've got trees going twice the height of the house, blocking the,
Yeah.
I'd say 80% of the backyard, so. The grand view on there, when we look on, Catalyst, when you put that grand view on, it's like, I think, what was it, like a $30,000 increase?
Yeah.
No, more than
So,
40, it's
That
like
much?
42,000, so. Or something, 40 days.
One, and I had a question on that.
Okay, but, okay, that's one, and we also got another one.
Before you go move on, I had a question of you.
Okay,
Ian. I still don't understand why we just tax based on what somebody paid. They paid 200 for a lot, build a house. Well, that lot has a view. And we have no definition of a view other than it's an obvious. It's so subjective. I mean. There are certain places in town, Matthews Road, they tend to have views, but why can't we just tax? Value. A lot or a house. Period. They paid more for that because they have a view. Why do we tax? And then add a view tax? That's the part of, especially when there's no written definition of view anywhere.
No, there's not. But part of the Massachusetts law says that if somebody buys a piece of land, we're supposed to be within 15% of the market value of that.
Yes.
So if somebody on Weber Road buys a house on the even side of the road at 200,000. And somebody on the odd side buys it for 150,000,
Yes,
then we're gonna assume there's some view. Now, it may be more. Dependent on each site rather than on each side of the road. And that's what we have to look at. You can. I mean, it's,
you said, I didn't need to interrupt you. This side of the road 150, this side of the road 200. Well, they've already paid more for the view. Why are we again taxing that view? That's the question.
well, if the property sells, will it sell for more?
Well, the view, yes,
So that's why, because we have to tax at market value.
but, okay. They pay 200, got a view. And when they sell it, they're gonna get whatever the current value is whenever it sells.
Right.
Assuming you would, would sell.
So you're saying we should, the assessment should be 200 for the land and.
So they paid for it. That's what, do other towns assess a view tax? Versus a mass,
Most of the, yeah, well, nearly everybody has some sort of view tax, but the biggest ones are along the Cape, closing views and things like that. Which you can really see, but you talk millions out there.
yeah,
But you know,
if my reasoning wrong, tax
there's
on
something
their
wrong.
Yeah.
We have two ways we can do this. We can set up a table to do the land, which we do. Or we can do cited, we can do each lot based on what we think each lot is individually, but
But
that's awful hard to prove.
in terms of the value of the lots.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's put it this way if I could. And again, I hate that I always go back to my real estate, but
But be careful because real estate and
It's
assessing
different.
property values for
Different.
taxation,
it's different.
it's not the same, it's
No,
not the
it's not.
same ball.
And I would 100% agree. One's historical, the other's, well, current taxes are historical in nature. There are 6 properties, all 3-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 3-bath with a pool. They're on a lake. And I'm trying to determine the view I have to associate with those properties as I try to give them an approximate value for real estate. And so I'm gonna have to find 3 or 6 properties that don't have a view that are similar. And if the 6 that have a view are valued at 500, 6 without a view are valued at 450, I can probably safely assume that 50,000 is what they paid for the. So that's from a real estate point. I don't want to get into a deep discussion, but it just seems odd to me that. Whatever they paid. And what they paid this because that's better view, plain and simple.
But that only applies if you're starting with a vacant lot and they paid for the vacant lot. If you do a sale later on, the price of the lot is included in the sale, so you can't say that it's the sale, the lot is worth 200 and say the house is 200. When they sell it, you can't say that or else. And that's why I think we go back to, I guess, a set value for view and even for lots for set value. Because on the other end of the scale, Mike, there's lots in town that sold for 30,000, 50,000. I can show you these where they are in town on State Road. We don't assess that, any of them at 50,000.
When did they sell them?
Pardon?
When did they sell?
This was 3, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe. They sold for that. We assess them at what the land value is for the lot and in that area. That area of town, 115, 94,000 or 115, whatever you want to pick, 100,000. They paid 30,000. We're not gonna assess it at 30,000.
Well, we assess that.
We assess it at the lot price for that area, the 95,000 or 100, whatever we use.
Well, that's what we're gonna figure out, so. Coming back to the bottom line, we'll always have to assume, find out if it's a good market sale. The 30, 40, 50,000 ones may not have been.
Arms length transaction, yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were.
Huh?
Yeah, they were arms length. Now, I think some of them, we gave them we can apply I don't know, discount or I forget. What the term is on the form, a deed based on the property value. On the property condition, we can apply a discount. Like we do some that have, if there's a lot of ledge, you're not gonna build a house there. So it's a building lot, but 80% of it is ledge, so you're not gonna build a house, really.
And you're gonna pay.
So we give
80%
them-
less.
So we give them a 10 or 20% discount on the price of the lot. But when it's doesn't have a special good, what do they call it, geographic? Topography, topo, whatever, for that, we do that for topo, if there's something obvious like that. But if they pay 30,000 for a lot, they're gonna bargain. That doesn't mean they're only gonna be assessed for 30,000, we don't do it that way, we haven't done it that way.
Let me back up. Forget the lot, the house sale.
But
House
how do,
sale.
but how do you know the value of that parcel, unless you go back to the history and say that the original owner paid, 200 for the lot rather than 100 like everybody else.
Yep.
And when it sells in 5 years, you assume the 200 is still the lot value?
No, you don't. You keep in mind that the house that sits on the lot deteriorates.
Yeah,
It loses value. The lot where the house sits on appreciates as we make your money. But let's make it simple. A house on Matthews. It sells whatever number you want, 500,000. Someone paid that for a lot of reasons, and view is probably one of those reasons.
yeah.
So why don't we just assess them based on the value? What?
What are you gonna, you mean individually?
Well, whatever you pay is what you should be taxed on.
You
That's
can't
true.
do that, that's spot assessing.
So, yeah, you can't do that, or you're gonna be all over the place
You've
with
got,
land values.
remember, we do mass appraisal, so we've got to come up with a table that fits the majority,
Okay.
and that's what we're gonna do. And again, some areas, one side of the road may be higher than others, and we can look at that, and we can look at the other side. And if we have to, we can put a view factor on, or we can put a neighborhood factor on.
Yeah.
Which I would prefer, I don't like view, but that's me.
I think I followed the way you drifted.
So
If you're on the wrong side of the road with no view, you're gonna be signed a somewhat of a discount because there's no view.
or the other side's gonna be penalized, yes.
Yes, and then, so he paid 100 over here, but he's gonna be assessed at less than that because there's no view. He paid 150 over here with a view, and he's probably gonna have to pay that view tax. Is that what happened?
No,
Okay, I
if
didn't.
we get enough, if there's half a dozen houses, this side will sell for 100,000, or lots sell for 100,000. This one sells for 150,000, and this side of the road for half a dozen. We're gonna assess that side with the view, we're assuming. There's a problem, there's some fixture that's causing it to happen. And as this view will add 50%, say. So we're on. The hundreds are more likely to be the starting point, they will not be discounted.
Well, that'll be the starting point.
They'll be the starting point, and
Okay.
these will be. Raised. And perhaps discounted. Inflated if you want.
Later, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciation. I understand.
Like appreciation better than inflated.
So I don't want to get deep into the discussion other than it just made
So
sense. to me.
maybe sometime on a future agenda so that we can move forward, maybe you could bring in examples of houses that have view taxes too.
Well, yeah, we'll have to try it. I don't know them all in this town yet, but we will find some.
Oh, we know what they are, I think.
But what we haven't done is change the percent increase for the view. Although it gets compensated when the land value goes up, the lot value goes up. Like all the ones in West Whately went up from the 90s up to 116. So when you apply the 50% view tax, it's not 50% of the 90,000, it's 50% of the 116,000. So in a way you are increasing that you only by the percent. And we've never looked at what percent do we increase
Yeah,
every year.
but I don't know how I don't know how the view taxes were assessed in this town.
I don't know either. That goes back
No, it's-
before my time, 20, 30 years.
This is one of the things we're gonna have to look at.
Yeah, I think so. It's subjective to me. And another time you can explain it where it's not subjective.
And
I follow the way you drifted, I'm just not catching all of it, that's all.
And as far as people that have complained or filed abatement for view tax, this is the only one that I'm not even aware of in the last 15 years. That question that. Now, some ask about it when you're out there doing an inspection. They say, why do I have a view tax? And, well, okay, you can see, but
But it's obvious, right?
It's obvious, but beyond that, nobody other than this one has really questioned that.
So if it's obvious, it makes sense. If it's not obvious, then.
Yeah.
I'll do a little more research on view tax,
And I think that you're gonna be all over the place with whatever communities, well, as you know, the communities that do it or don't do it, or
Yeah.
whether you're on waterfront, lakefront, or whatever, or top of a mountain, or
Golf course.
or golf course, or
They're all
on the
views.
river, or
Yeah.
whatever, I mean,
I have a private view and I love it.
yeah.
Okay,
All right, we can do that.
we can, yeah, it's, I don't wanna reinvent the wheel.
But, okay,
It just was curious to me.
okay, but these requests, we got that one, and we got this other one that already went to ATV. There is a time clock running on them, right?
Actually, no.
No.
What's happened is that the ATV case, all we got was a notification. It's gonna be months before we get the appellate tax work.
Okay,
But Derek has already sent this on, this property we're talking about, to David Manzello.
yeah,
And as soon as he gets through with the certifications for this year, he will reach out to the attorney. And we will get him, tell him we wanted to see the property, the whole property.
Right.
And so that's what we're gonna do. So we have started the process as much as we know it's there. But it's gonna be months before the ATV deal with it.
yeah, but there's no time period for us to the ATV to respond.
No, we don't have to respond to the ATV.
Okay,
What they will want us to do is they will want us to communicate with the people before we go to the ATV.
right,
And the attorney for these people has expressed a desire to meet.
right, I understand you're wondering, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's on the agenda. We are aware of it, and we will be doing it.
Okay,
Yeah, when I spoke with David Manzello, Fred, he said it was 4 to 5 months before that ever got taken.
before you get to that.
And
But-
just to reiterate what David said,
Yeah.
he's, he's in touch, he's gonna be in touch. with
So you're on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got to, as soon as we got that in last week, I got it up till Friday and had discussion on to make sure he was aware.
Okay, so you'll let us know when it's appropriate time to talk.
Yeah,
Okay, so. we
Yeah, as soon as I hear from David Manzello, I'll reach out to the three of you and let you know.
And before we move on, is there such thing as an assessor's calendar that we could look at?
there is an assessor's calendar and we can print them. In fact, it was one of the conversations that Jen and I were gonna have earlier today, but she was unable to come in.
Okay,
So, but we can bring the assessor's calendar to the next meeting if you like.
sure, so we can
Okay.
keep up, we won't be surprised, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really helpful.
Yeah, obviously it's a different calendar for quarterly than it is for semi-annual.
Understood.
So
That way we can look and we can say,
Yeah.
okay, this is coming up, or this is coming up.
so your quarterly, so we'll get that done.
Yeah, that's great. That's not, that you have one already, so you're not like.
Oh, the state makes them.
Oh, okay.
It's in fact, it's on the website.
It's on the website. There you go. Okay. And that's on the DSL website.
Yeah, so
I
you
can
give
just
it,
download it. Great.
Okay, any further discussion on the abatements requests?
not by us.
Okay,
Don't,
okay, well, let's skip over here to items not anticipated or in all business. Anything else we need to talk about before we go into executive session?
it's all set. I don't think this will really have much of anything to do, but, it's 19 North Street has a right of first refusal that is going to the board, and from what I've seen in emails so far, it's gonna get passed through. It doesn't seem like anybody has any,
19.
any issues with it, but I do have
That's a neighbor.
both the email. I have both the email and the attorney's letter if you wanna take a peek at it.
When you say right of first refusal,
Well, it's just under chapter 9, so the people who've got.
they want to put a house out.
No.
Yeah.
They wanna sell a portion to a neighbor
Yes.
who wants to take it out of chapter 9.
Oh,
So they think it was the right of first refusal on it, we'll take that. And if the select board says, go ahead, then we'll calculate the whole access on. So it's only 4/10 of the acre, so we're not making a fortune.
okay, no,
That goes 5 years.
Yes.
that's a term I used in real estate a lot.
And then, of course, we'll have to put new liens on and get it released and all the rest of that crap.
That's fine.
This is just Sanderson.
And I think people make much money off of it, having paid over recording fees.
Yeah, right.
There's a map there at the back if you want to take a look at it. Just to see it.
There's all sorts of parcel behind.
Yes, none will be. Say the rollbacks are limited, like old times,
Yeah, yeah.
but we might as well have them.
Where is Sanderson's? All over here, yes. Where's
Not sure.
Sanderson's in relation to?
Not sure I know. I thought it was a different 19 one, but yeah, and
There's some more.
it's,
I'll give them ones.
But we will keep the office, we're gonna bring rollbacks back next to sign them.
Doesn't say, okay.
I mean, if you wanna have that put with the select board as well, that's up to you.
oh, wait.
Okay, any other new or old business? Okay, next, let's just set a date for our next meeting. So, yeah, we're on a once a month schedule. We want to continue with that, or? Is there some reason we want to meet sooner than?
Well, actually, your once a month is better because Derek and I are both taking time off next month.
You ask us that.
I'm the same age as you, or not the same age, but I don't ask you anymore.
Okay, only teasing.
I don't,
Next
if it's an
month.
emergency, I don't see.
Yeah,
I got a family coming for a wedding, so I'm taking a couple of weeks off.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't see.
Derek told us quite a while ago he was taking a week off for his son's wedding.
And
Yeah, I got 2 weeks till I go broke.
I'll cover that Thursday, he'll be here for that.
okay, so we're looking at September what?
So I'll be gone September 4th through the 10th. And as David was just saying, he's gonna cover on the 4th.
Okay,
4th, yeah. Labor.
that's a Thursday,
Thursday.
we're through 10.
Well, that's just an office cover, mate.
Oh, understood.
Yes.
Okay, so.
And when are you?
I mean, 3 weeks from now, the 25th, and I can do that.
So we want to meet on the 25th,
Yeah, is the 25th of Thursday?
yes.
It is.
My company goes away on the 24th, so it works for me, if it works for Derek.
Oh, yeah, that's fine for me. No, that's why I was mentioning the last one, because I know you've got people coming over from
Wow.
coming across the pond.
We
So,
need to get.
Next
together.
meeting, 9:25,
If that's all right with everyone.
4 to 6.
And at that meeting, I hope us to be able to bring forward the, all the growth that we've done by then. Derek and I would really like to get that done and start planning a classification hearing.
Would be nice.
That's always fun stuff.
So between now and then. You're gonna finish the growth and you're gonna look at what? Sales?
Probably sales.
No, this, no, the sale, well, yes, we'll start, we're gonna sale Manzella, we'll start doing that.
Okay,
But that's part of the conversation, we're gonna have executive session as well.
okay,
And then, okay, that's fine.
your sales and the other thing is, commercial growth, you're saying you're gonna look, you're gonna.
We'll have that done, yeah. There's not very much commercial growth, but there's some partials from last year, as you know.
Couple of big ones. so-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not all, I mean, there's the one that gone with last week, the
Steel frame.
the steel framing,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's just still sitting there.
yeah,
But you got some on River Road and.
Yeah.
State Road, you don't, I don't know,
So,
the storage place on State Road.
oh, sorry, it's
State.
finished, yeah. The new storage plant,
I thought that was,
we got that last year, Fred.
Okay,
I thought that was across from the hot dog place.
yeah, okay,
That's how I discovered the hot dog place.
yeah,
That's how you discovered it,
okay,
Tom's,
so it's mostly gonna be the River Road.
Yeah.
Yeah. which is,
We'll take a look and see if there's any small ones out there.
okay.
King, Sweet. Think of anything else.
You really don't have a lot of growth. I don't know what you've got for personal property, we'll see.
I'm not sure. Yeah, you got a couple of big firms, big builders, I guess. But
Okay.
All right,
There's nothing.
let's go, let's go. Sure.
Okay,
And then the LA 5 forms come up. The end of this year.
Yeah.
We're
done with classification here.
yeah, that's it, nothing. Okay, great. Okay, any other business before we adjourn to executive session?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, take a motion to adjourn,
I motion for return, go to executive session.
all those in favor? Aye.
Could you do amend that and not return?
Okay, and we will not return. Okay, then we'll go to executive session, and we'll now return to open session.
I make that motion.
Your second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Fine.